The current state of Poppy Playtime's future is being questioned. If you haven't been on the news or look like on Twitter or anything, and you're a Poppy Playtime fan, there is some new information that popped up that, has to probably be addressed. And if you've seen other creators talking about it on Twitter, and have you seen this going around saying that it's not looking good for Poppy Playtime, with a lot of people mentioning how half of the good team members, the original team members, are leaving because of different opinion. And this all really mainly started because Isaac, around I think 1 or 2 days ago, this time we're actually recording this, has officially said he leaves Mob Entertainment after being the director of chapters 1 to 3, and of course the director of the studio. And you could probably guess why he left. He left because of different opinions between directions and management style. Now, we still had no entire idea if what half these people are leaving for is for a good reason or bad reason. Was the directing just doing bad for the company, or is there something they didn't like? Well, sadly, I think we know the truth for that now. But if you guys do not know half the people that left, let me just give you a quick rundown. James also left recently, Andy left, and of course Micah actually left too, for almost the exact same reason, different opinions on management style, and of course creative differences. But he left during December, before Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 even released. Along with Zach P also left for of course the same reasons, and this all really went downhill when Poppy Playtime News posted the reason why long-term employees have been leaving Mob Entertainment. That's of course for the reason. Check out the Glassdoor reviews for their company and you'll see. And it says, repost this. Now, I do not want to start any Poppy Playtime drama, any Mob Entertainment. I don't want to start any drama. I'm here for news. I'm here to report what's been going on and why these long-term developments have, developers leaving, and what's possibly going to be the future for Poppy Playtime. Thankfully, Isaac, of course, answered that, but it's not all set in stone. Well, it kind of is, but I'll go back to that. I replied to, of course, this post saying, is this true? Also, sorry for my bird screaming. I replied with, is this true? Because I do not want it to be true. But if you go on Glassdoor, you can actually see Mob Entertainment has a 2.9 star review. Now, before we actually go dive into reviews, talk about why the review system is really whack. First of all, Glassdoor is just a place where you can post anonymous reviews, meaning you're able to say your experience in a company without being called out for being that person. So with that in mind, and always knowing that if you have a good service, are you really gonna go and put a my bird screaming, sorry, but are you really gonna put a 5-star review saying, yeah, this place was amazing? If you had a good service, you have nothing really to talk about except for it's good. But if you had a bad time, if you did not like the product, or you did not like where you're going, you're gonna be out of your way, dedicated to leaving a bad star review. So that's why you definitely have to keep this in mind. So far, there's a total of 19 reviews on here. Don't know if any more come up, any less come up. I cannot view them all because I do not have, of course, the Glassdoor login, and to log in it takes a lot of effort and work and stuff. So I'm just gonna go over the main basis of what the main reviews are, because I do have this as of course the website on it. The top review highlighted by of course the statements, with the pros are funny, good people, and a good place in 3 of the reviews. And then the cons of it is they're talking about how the CEO at this point is abusive and tells blatant lies, and this is so far in 5 reviews. And I'm talking about how the leadership is not really that good over here. Leadership is oppressive and rarely takes accountability for mismanagement, fostering a culture where employees are hesitant to voice their concerns due to the fear of termination. And this was so far in 3 reviews. So when you actually go look at some of the reviews, this one posted in November, before half the people started to leave, it's 5 stars. Everyone's saying it's pretty good, with of course some of the cons being there worked overtime. This is another one here being 1 star, posted in December, a few days before Micah left, and the majority of the OG peeps left. The pros being lots of opportunities to develop new skins, with the cons being projects are mismanaged or deadlines are uncertain, but of course it cuts off because I cannot read more. But don't worry, I do have full versions of these. Another one is a 4 stars, posted February 2024, pretty new. It's saying big turnaround. It says here, pros, culture has turned around and employees are listened to. So it's pretty good to see the switch up, how they're actually starting to improve, which is pretty good. But this employer was out for less than a year, but it's pretty good to see the switch around. The cons are still some growing pains from shifting from an indie studio. Since now we know that of course they were an indie studio, but now they're shifting to a bigger studio. One of the also reasons why why many of the OG people are leaving, because they miss the OG studio environment, but now it's becoming mainly like a business, you know? Poppy Playtime is huge, and we all cannot deny how big Poppy Playtime is. So maybe all these problems just because, like we said, they're shifting to it all. So of course, they have problems switching from an indie to like a full-on big studio with lots of employees to take care of. That's why it's good to see different opinions on this matter. Another one here, some 2 stars in December. This is opportunities to collaborate with skills and talented people, but the cons are employees are constantly forced to crunch with little time, meaning work a lot more hours than they need to and do a lot more work in a short amount of time. Another one here, of course, pros, tons of young talented dedicated to improve, with of course the cons being the studios in transition currently expanding and improving. And this was, you guessed it, in February 2024. So you can see a pattern around December. Everything was just not that good, but it's probably because they were rushing to do chapter 3 because, you know, it wasn't kind of done yet in December. But this is February. Chapter 3 already released, and you could tell that they're trying to fix everything up. So this is definitely a good sign for it all, and half the good reviews and people talking about the transition and how they're slowly improving, and this is after the whole crunch rush period for chapter 3. So let's just hope this won't happen again, and it's starting to look like a little bit of an improvement. Hey, guess what? This is the halfway mark, and that's why I am legally required to ask you to please subscribe. But if you don't want to, it's totally fine. I truly understand. If you don't want to subscribe, liking the video, commenting on the video, continue watching the rest of the video, or just sharing it, any of the above will really help out this channel. It helps the algorithm push this video to more people like you that want to watch this video too. And it'll really make my day, like really, it really makes my day every night I go check the, you know, comments and reply to all of you guys. It's just, I really do love this community, and it really does make my day if you're wondering. Anyway, sorry for taking more of your time. Please go back to enjoy the video. This is of course another one in December, saying unrealistic deadlines and crazy amount of stress. Of course, in December before chapter 3 release, but they're always talking about how people are talented, really cool, good, and funny. There's some good things you need to have around in a company. This was in January 9th, literally 20 days before chapter 3 released, with of course this being 1 star, saying most staff was great, abusive CEO. Most people are nice, this is terrible upper management, pressures to work overtime. With of course this being, like I said, before chapter 3 even released. If they needed to, like, first of all, I could definitely say my opinion, if they needed more time, I guess we all really wanted chapter 3, I know, but I guess it would have been good just to delay another month or 2, because crunching and working all these employees for a lot, like different movies, even Spider-Verse, you went to this exact same thing. This is better to give your employees and people that are working on it a lot more time to do it, because when they're having a lot more time to do it, it's stress free, it's gonna become a way better project. And maybe the boss fight at the end for chapter 3 would have been a little bit better. Who knows? But anywho, thanks to Willow on Twitter here with some full screenshots of the reviews, because, you know, I do not have a sign-in on glass door. It's not floor. With this one here, talking about some of the overviews, how it says here the executive team is completely out of touch with their audience, which is, I'm a little bit confused on that, because Poppy Playtime has definitely been one place where they always listen to the audience and change things and do changes and because of the audience. That's one thing I'm a little bit confused about. But they're saying they often have little instruction, performance reviews are often cancelled. As you guys can literally see, there's a full-on list you could read. There's a lot here, and the whole thing has the favoritism going on. And it says you're often reminded of our expendability by higher-ups, which definitely should not be a place in work. That's not a good thing to set fear in, of course, employees. That is just not that good. But as you guys can see, of course, it just keeps on going with the more of the cons, saying the project's often mismanaged. Of course, one of the reviews, like we talked about before, the CEO is rarely present, what they call that, which is actually a pro, because when an attendant is unpleasant, shady, and verbally abusive, unpredictable, and often makes decisions that are overall detrimental. Then this is your CEO has made sexist and racist jokes/remarks, and as you guys can see, it's just not that good. So right now, the future of Mob Entertainment and Poppy Playtime is looking pretty bleak, with half of the original employees leaving, with all the reviews now coming up of how Mob Entertainment is like this. Well, I gotta say one thing is that we have to always look at the bright side. This, of course, is mainly happening when Chapter 3 was in its rush period, which, of course, would not understand, of course, half the different things that the CEO has done and other people has been saying on the reviews. So let's just hope this all changes, and maybe Mob Entertainment can make a statement on this. Maybe they won't make a statement. Not many people really know about this, and I don't want to start drama or anything like this. I just want you to be aware about this. But the real question of this video is the future of Poppy Playtime and with all this going on. Well, Isaac, before he left, of course, stated, What's next for Poppy Playtime? Well, I won't be working on it. I have left it to the fantastic team at Mob. But shortly after my departure, we were able to crack out the story outlines for the remaining chapters of Poppy. These outlines were written in the way that I've always imagined since the very beginning, with a conclusion that I love. Will all of it be used? I have no idea, but if they decide to use it, there will be some of my own styles in the chapters, even if it's only on the story side this time around. So as you guys can see there, Isaac of course has his side of the story that he left behind, but of course the question is, will it be used? Like this Twitter user said, we just all are praying here that Mob Entertainment does not butcher his version, because chapter 3 was amazing. The Poppy just kept on getting better. Isaac's director, he was an amazing director. Come on, I guess no one could compare at this point. We have to wait and see what the next directors will definitely do, but let's just hope they use his story and versions. So Poppy Playtime could be going better from this now, with the whole, of course, chapter 3 is recently dropping, maybe the reviews and the environment and Mob getting better. They have a full-on story out, and if they use this story and listen to feedback, improve the Mob Entertainment studio and all the employees, don't do crunch, don't do all that, Poppy could really have a bright future if they do all this. But if they butcher its story, do not continue using that, do not listen to fans anymore, and continue the work environment, then the future of Poppy Playtime is definitely to be questioned. But right now, I think we should not have anything to worry about, because if you looked at the trends of the reviews, it's been slowly getting better as time went on after chapter 3's release. So hopefully chapter 4 will have a more smoother release, and hopefully everyone at Mob Entertainment is treated well and all this negativity really stops in the studio. But if any employees watching here, you could let me know in the comments below how you guys have been having on your time in the studio. You could let me know what you guys do think about Mob and how it is right now. Do you think it's been getting better, or do you think it's getting worse? Of course, you can't tell me about development in chapter 4, but you could. Is anything going smooth over there? Is it no more crunching, anything like that? Hey, it's me, Editing Lightning here, and guess what? When I was about to upload this video, I go check Twitter to see what's happening, and guess what I come across? A brand new thread talking about the truth behind Mob Entertainment. Now, I want to say, I didn't go ahead and read all of this because it's really long, and also because I literally just already talked about the whole Glassdoor review thing. But they also start to bring up the whole background and past history about, Mob Entertainment and everything they went through. In my opinion, I do not think it's right to bring up past incidents. Yes, it could lead to why things are happening now, but like my good old buddy Mercury said here, it's best to support the, developers behind Poppy Playtime and not the CEO, Zach. Yes, Zach has done some things. We still have to wait for him to come out about this, but it's not really looking good from all the reviews like that. Not saying anything about I'm supporting him, anything like that. I'm waiting for them to, of course, make their own statement on this, and we should all defend our own opinions, but you cannot hate Mob Entertainment and Poppy and stop, supporting them and all this stuff just because of one CEO. Mercury, man, you have some wisdom, my man. And also here too, you cannot think the entire Mob Entertainment is bad. This is just another whole state of it here too. So please do your research. Please, after seeing this whole entire video, let me know what you guys do think about this. We have to only wait until they say a statement and just wait, I guess, right now and see if things get better or if things get worse. And for everyone wondering what's next for Isaac, he's actually working on a really cool indie game that he wanted to work on for a while. And let's just say, it looks pretty cool, like, look at it. If you guys want me to play it on the channel, let me know in the comments below. But yes, Isaac's future is looking pretty bright, and I'm here to follow to see what he creates next, because it's gonna be pretty good. Anyways, just me if this video, let me know in the comments below what you guys do think about the future and current state of Poppy Playtime and, of course, Mob Entertainment. Let me know in the comments below your opinion and what you guys do think about this, and I will probably do an update video if there is more news that comes out, but sadly, that's all we got right now. Like I said, you can let me know in the comments below what you guys do think, and I'll see you all in the next video. Good